Yeah, so first off, an incredible team win tonight. Being in overtime and coming out with a win against Central Connecticut, who's an extremely well-coached team and a talented team. Obviously tied for first in the league, and to get a win on our home court, is obviously big. But coming off the loss that we had against Merrimack, I think it was even bigger. So, it's a kudos to all of our players and coaches and managers and everybody that got us ready to go for this game. Just being able to bounce back and grind this one out. It wasn't a high-scoring game, which is some of the games we like to play in, but we understood what type of team they were, and I thought our guys executed the game plan really well.
It felt like AJ kind of became a man tonight with the physicality he was playing with. He said that you challenged him to go get some rebounds out there. Just how has the growth of his toughness helped this team?
I think just AJ in general, the growth from September when we started doing everything to now is incredible, and a lot of that had to do with him just being healthy, getting over the injury that he had in the summer, but he's done a great job of just continuing to show up every day. Like we talk about it, show up, try to get better every day, whether it's just that doing things on the offensive end the right way or executing a defensive game plan, and he's a prime example of that. Just showing up, continuing to get better, continuing to trust what we're telling him, and having a game like tonight, I think obviously for any freshman is great, but I think for him it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, he got all the high leverage minutes tonight down the stretch of this game. It seems like you've put a lot of trust in him.
Yeah, I mean he's proven himself in practice and time and time in the games, and a big thing that we've talked about with him is taking care of the basketball, and you saw that tonight. 3 assists, no turnovers, 2 steals, and 2 rebounds. I mean that's big for our point guard to come in and play, and I think a lot of his growth has come from guys like Mike and Isaiah Salter, who kind of set the tone for our guys. They're the leaders of the pack, and AJ had to learn at the beginning that high school is a little different than college. But he's done a great job of adjusting and just continuing to lean on our leaders as he's grown.
Central Connecticut calls timeout with 3 minutes left, and it seems like they wanted to get to that back screen into the Amos lob that they run so often this year. What were you guys able to do to prevent them from running that, and were you guys expecting that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was something that we saw just in film study that they like to run out of timeouts or in big situations. They ran it last game. They were down 2, and they ended up getting a foul. Kai fouled him on the lob. So, all week we were kind of saying, like, if it does get down to crunch time, we need to know that that's something that's coming, and, Jamie did a good job of kind of calling that out and getting the guys prepared for it. So, our guys executed the game plan really well, but another kudos to the coaching staff getting everybody ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, Kai and Kellen Amos, two of the better scorers in this league, 2 of the better athletes in this league. How do you think Kai kind of controlled that matchup tonight?
Amos.
Sorry, maybe not controlled that matchup. How do you think Kai fared in that matchup?
I mean, Kai's extremely talented. Kellen Amos is extremely talented as well. We had to pick a poison there with Alan Jean Rose being one of the top scorers in the league, and understanding that we had to live with somebody else beating us, and Amos definitely tried. I thought we gave him some free ones early that helped him get going, but for the most part, I thought we really, were good on him and made him shoot tough shots. He just made tough shots as well. But Kayem also made some tough shots and big shots down the stretch for us.
Towards the end of that first half, it kind of felt like their defense was starting to kind of bother you with their length. How did you guys kind of bust out of that and come up with more points at the end of the day?
I think just sticking with what we do, honestly, trusting it, running it better. I thought at the end of the half we really sputtered with our pace, and we slowed down, which we wanted to slow the game down, but we didn't want to be stagnant on the offensive end. And I thought we were stagnant towards the end of the half. So we talked about it, we made some adjustments at halftime, and it seemed to work in the second half.
Nate, when you look at AJ and, like you said, how he's kind of grown through this season, in this game itself, just down the stretch, when you needed those points, when you needed to tie or take the lead, he was the guy that was underneath the basket. He was the guy at the charity stripe. Just what you could say about his all-around game tonight and how he's really grown up.
Yeah, I think it's what we've seen. Why we recruited him here. You know, he showed that in high school. He showed that ability to make big plays in big moments. And you know, I thought he's just continued to grow and learn, and that's the key. I mean, freshman year is a whirlwind. Like, one, you're in the honeymoon phase when you get here, right? Everything's perfect, and you realize, oh shoot, I'm hundreds of miles from home, and I'm at this brand new place, and you kind of hit a wall. The homework starts piling up, everything starts, you know, being a little more taxing on you and your body, and then you figure out how to burst through that wall. And AJ's done a great job of just continuing to put his head down and work, and it showed tonight. And also, he's from Indiana, so I don't know what else you expected.
And when you look at Luke and Luke Sutherland, his time in Division I and transferring, coming here when it was a Division II program, being back at Division I, and the way that he stepped up and the game that he not only had tonight, but what he's done all this season, just what he's meant to you as one of the hometown guys.
He's so special. I mean, Luke's the centerpiece of the program, right? He's been here the longest. He's been through the ups and downs. You know, when he got here, we weren't very good. You know, and I thought last year we took a big step forward, and everybody in our program knew that. And I thought this year we've taken another step forward, and a lot of that has to do with Luke. You know, and a lot of it has to do with our returners that came back from last year's group. You know, it's a huge challenge that we've, you know, taken on this year, but we haven't batted an eye as far as guys buying into the program and building our culture here. I think we're doing it the right way. You see it, you know, guys in the community, guys in the classroom. Not only are we winning games, but we're a 3-0 team, and you know, we've done community service all over. It's just the little Moyne way. That's how we do things here.
You speak about, you know, obviously the success all the way around. Kai, it seems like any shot he takes that might be a bad shot for somebody else is still a shot that, like you said, he practices and he prepares for. Just what Kai has done for the team this season, knowing that he's going to be honored this weekend by the first person that set that highest scoring record, 70 years in between, and knowing that we're going to see that honor for him.
I mean, Kai's been through a lot. You know, Kai's been to 3 different schools, and he went to JUCO, and you know, his journey is pretty special. You know, and I think for us to have him come here, and he trusts me, I trust him, and we kind of had that conversation on the phone before he committed, and you know, just having the ability to come in and kind of have a seamless transition is something I don't think Kai has had in his college career. But again, it's a testament to the culture we have here, really embracing new people and understanding that everybody comes from different places and different backgrounds. But if you look at our group, I mean, that's what we're made of. You know, it's guys that have been to different places, guys that are from other areas and from here, you know, and we kind of meld it all together. But it's really the culture that at the end of the day we really rely on and kind of lean into.
And you look at that environment, first season in Division I, and you clinched a postseason berth tonight, and as we're here tonight, you're in the top 3 in the NEC. Just what you could say about everything that's led to this moment, knowing that there will be more.
It's the same. I mean, kind of another day for us. We just, you know, take it one day at a time. We try to maximize each opportunity we get when we step out on the floor. And tonight, you know, we did that, and we came out with a win, and we have to get back to the drawing board tomorrow and understand how we can beat Stonehill on Saturday. You know, they played Merrimack really tough tonight, ended up losing on a shot with, you know, 5 seconds left, but you know, they're going to want to come back in here and take it to us, so we got to understand that, you know, and you know, I think it'll show the maturity of our group and how much we've grown this year by how we handle Saturday's game.
Playing against Chris on Sunday, I mean, you obviously worked with him at Stonehill. Is there a little something extra for you guys in that one?
I love Chris. I mean, he's a great guy, an unbelievable mentor as well, someone that really gave me an opportunity to start my career, someone that kind of took a chance on me, and I'm forever grateful for him. And he does a great job with Stonehill, you know, and they're always prepared, they're always ready to go, and you have to understand that, you know, he's also going to make adjustments, and he's going to be ready to go too. So, you know, I love kind of catching up with them before the game, but you know, it'll be the friends before and friends after, but during the game, it's, you know, it's the game. You gotta go win.
You've played the toughest schedule of anyone in the NEC so far, and you sit in the top 3. You've clinched a playoff spot. Where would you evaluate where this team is at, and with eyes towards the postseason?
we have to take it one day at a time. I mean, in conference play, like if you saw the scores tonight, it was all overtime or one possession games, and that's just how the NEC is. It's how every conference is down the stretch. You know, everybody's seen each other once or twice, and you know, you have to be able to make adjustments, and you have to be able to adjust to what people are trying to do to take you out of your rhythm. But you know, for us, it's been the same message over and over, and we kind of talk about it basically every day. You know, just try to get better today, handle what we can handle right now, and tonight we did a good job of that. And you know, nobody really cares about what you did the last time out. They care about what you're doing the next time. So we have to take it and move forward.
Not sure if you saw, but FDU got stuck in the elevator at LIU. Will you guys be taking the stairs when you go down there?
It's funny you say that. I was talking to Bob Beretta, and he was showing me the tweet that showed them. Obviously, you know, weird things happen on the road. That's all I can say. But you know, I'm glad that the kids are okay. You know, obviously, probably a scary moment for them. But I guess we're gonna ask to see if we can take the stairs or how many flights that's gonna be.
Coach, talk to me about the grit of this team in overtime, and also in the final possession in regulation came down to defensive stop that got you there. So what do you think, you know, sort of led to that defensive possession, getting the steal, and then also kind of the grit of the team in overtime, being able to stick it out? I know one day we talked about, you know, in the beginning the adjustment was, you know, that physical, you know, kind of wear down at the end of games, or that you said you had to adjust to, but tonight you were obviously able to do that. So talk to me about that.
I think the grit of the team is something that, again, we talk about. You know, I've talked about it in here quite a bit after games, wins and losses. Just the margin for error that we have as a team is very little. But we also know that.
Yeah.
So we have to be good at executing what we can do and control what we can control. And I thought at the end of the game, you know, we get a steal and we get an opportunity to get a shot, which, you know, when the ball gets deflected or whatever at the end. And then in overtime, just understanding what they're trying to run, understand what they're trying to get, and then figuring out a way to get a rebound. You know, I thought at the end of, you know, when we got called for the hold or whatever on the box out in regulation, and you know, it's one of those where you want the ball because there's time difference and you get the last shot. So when that happens and you don't get the ball at the last one, you have to kind of embrace that sudden change and understand what we have to do. And so we, you know, regrouped quickly and figured out a way to get a stop there, which I was really proud of our guys tonight.
Something else.